space station, is someone always there?
Yes. Yeah, there's always, like, now we have a crew of 7 up there since we've started flying crews on the Dragon, on the SpaceX vehicle. So we
Mhm.
have 7 crew members. When I was there, 6 was the crew side. All It's one crew that represents all 15 of those different countries that are
Wow,
partners. It's like,
that's
I
cool
know this
shit.
is what I could talk to you about all day, which is how this international space, this mechanical life support system, right, that we've built in space, right, to mimic what Earth does for us
Right,
naturally as our own little spaceship Earth, right? Um, we, for over 20 years, have been living peacefully, successfully with crew members from 15 different countries doing science.
whoa,
Everything that's up there is ultimately about improving life on Earth.
right,
The tens of thousands of people across those 5 different international space agencies that are working to that, I would call greater good mission as
right.
well. And I honestly believe, the relationships we've established there, they help temper the things going on down here too. Even when stuff seems a little like on the edge, everything, I'm
Right,
like, man, we know we have this partnership in space, and that kind of brings us back to Earth a
right,
little bit to say,
right,
hey, how should we really behave together, right?
right.
Perfect example for how we should be living as just a crew of Spaceship Earth and
Right.
not passengers.
I know. I think that's so cool that I don't know who came up with the idea, but making the International Space Station like everyone got involved with it and just like came together and
Yeah.
made this thing happen. And it's just like just floating around. So wait, so there's a crew of 7, but is there always a crew of 7? Do they just rotate, or is it
They
like
do
this?
rotate. There's always at least a crew of 3. I mean, that's the minimum we've gone down to on the space
Wow.
station. And because sometimes, like with when we were just flying on the Soyuz, in between when the shuttle retired and
Right, right.
now, 3 people would come up before 3 people went home. So you'd have like 9 for a little
Okay.
while, and then 3 would go home. You'd be back to 6 again. Or 3 would go home before the other 3 came up. So you'd have 3 for a little while.
Wow.
But yeah, it's always a rotation of crew members coming through. Some wacky agreement decides which people from which countries are flying when.
Wow.
There's always US and Russian crew members there. And then you'll have a mix of like Japanese, Canadian, or
Right.
European on
That's so
board.
cool.
It's awesome.
That's
And
so awesome.
works so beautifully. We're all floating around the dinner table at night, talking
Wow.
about the day, solving the world's problems. I mean, it's just humanity, I guess, in
Literally,
a
like
way.
literally,
Yeah.
like it's when you said dinner table, you guys eating those things that I can go get at the space museum, the open up, oh, here's my was it the cookie ice cream
Yeah,
sandwich?
not quite as foamy as
Yeah.
that,
Oh,
but most of the food is does need to be rehydrated. We suck all the water out of everything because water's heavy. It costs a lot to send heavy
oh,
stuff to space, so we pull all the water out of it to make it lighter, and I think it has a longer shelf life that way too. But
right.
it's a lot like camping food.